BOWE vs. TILLERY. The first fight between Riddick Bowe and Elijah Tillery finished with a big scandal. When the first round ended, the boxers had a brawl, and Bowe smashed Tillery out of the ring. As a result, the fight was stopped and Bowe won by disqualification of Tillery. In the rematch, Bowe knocked out his opponent in the 4th round.
It seemed like a long round. There's the bell, and now some extra. Oh, a little kickboxing by Elijah Tillery. Bowe won't stand for that. Rock Newman, the manager of Riddick Bowe, and a tag team comes in, and Elijah Tillery does a 360, still out of the ring. Pandemonium in the ring at the end of round number 1. Elijah Tillery jumped off the apron, taken down by Rock Newman. And at this point, I believe Tillery has been disqualified from the fight. Why? I don't know. But at this point, we are led to believe that the fight is over just when it began, and the crowd is going crazy. Why stop this fight? If you are knocked out of the ring, you have to get back in a certain amount of time, but Elijah Tillery had a little help in getting out of the ring, plus the bell had sounded, the round was over, and somebody in there has completely lost control of this one just when this was getting good. Why they would call it now is beyond me.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Carl Milligan has disqualified Principal Elijah Tillery with a flagrant kick. Therefore, the winner by disqualification and still undefeated, and the brand new WBC Canada Heavyweight Champion, Riddick.
Lewis vs. McCall. The revenge versus Oliver McCall was very strange for Lennox Lewis. From the beginning of the fight, McCall did nothing in the ring. He tried in every possible way to avoid the fight. During the break between rounds, he did not approach his coach, and it was clear that something happened with him. He almost sobbed. The referee watched this for a long time and eventually stopped the fight due to McCall's passivity.
He hasn't told his own trainer.
It almost looks like he's a pro wrestler trying to play to the crowd, like for the benefit of the crowd.
So Oliver McCall comes out after a very strange occurrence in between rounds. Round number 4 for the vacant WBC title. Now he's got his hands down near his waist, and he's backing into the ropes. He's turning his back. Hey, protect yourself at all times. Why wouldn't Lewis just clock him here?
Lennox might not realize what's going on, but you know, it's not like Oliver Sugar Ray Leonard where he has those lightning reflexes. I don't think he could stop Lennox from blasting away at him right here.
I think Lewis is as confused as anybody is in this arena. Let's see what he does after this break here. He's shaking his head, almost as if he doesn't want to fight. Listen, this is a guy that has had a lot of issues outside of the ring. You know about the drug arrest charges. He's an emotional guy. He's a strange guy. And maybe it's just too much for him at this moment. But he is not fighting back.
You know, it's almost, you know, if he had a bad cut, they'd bring the doctor up to check him out. It's almost like maybe they should bring the doctor up and maybe something's wrong. Maybe
a psychologist to come up to the ring.
There he goes. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Find out what's going on.
Mills Lane is asking him, do you want to fight? In one instance, he says no. In the next instance, he says yes. But he is not throwing punches against Lennox Lewis. The heavyweight title's on the line here. What is he doing?
Or McCall will be forced to fight back. But
I agree with you because he's not defending himself.
He'd have to stop the fight.
You would have to stop it if you threw punches at him. And now McCall's raising his head. This is possibly, in a sport that is full of oddities, the strangest thing I have ever seen. He just went through 3 minutes of not engaging in a fight.
He looks almost like a little kid being punished.
And once again, he's not returning to his own corner. Could you imagine being Georgie Benton, his trainer, in complete disbelief? A new twist to the plot. Oliver McCall is now crying. Let's listen in.
Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, man. Come on, come on, come on. Thanks a lot. Come on. Come on, sit down, man. Sit down. Oliver, sit down. Now, you want to fight? Huh? You want to fight? Yeah, you want to fight.
Will he go out and fight this 5th round?
They should have stopped this fight in the corner. It doesn't take a genius to see something obviously wrong with him, and he's vulnerable, very vulnerable.
People have come, they've paid good money to see a heavyweight title fight. He wants to keep the fight alive. But you have to be physically fit and mentally fit to engage in this sport. And there's no doubt about it that right now, Oliver McCall is not mentally fit to engage in a heavyweight championship fight.
These people didn't pay to see an execution, you know? Something's not right.
That's
here.
it. That is it. The fight is over. Mills Lane, at this point, left with no other choice.
Holyfield versus Tyson. The revenge between Holyfield and Tyson may be the most scandalous fight in the history of boxing. In their first fight, Holyfield knocked out Tyson in the 11th round, and he had an advantage in this fight. But in the 3rd round, Mike bit Holyfield's ear. This fact shocked everybody. As a result, the fight was stopped. Tyson was disqualified for twice biting Holyfield's ears, claiming he was retaliating to headbutting by Holyfield. Tyson lost the fight by disqualification.
And that cut over the right eye is Lancet. Pushing into the ropes by Holyfield. Over the top.
Mike throwing a nice one. He's not following up with the big combination. It's got to be 2 and 3. It can't be 1 at a time.
Holding on to one another.
At 1 punch at a time.
Okay, it's nothing. Couple deep breaths. I'm sorry.
Here you see Evander coming in, and the head just winds up slamming into Mike's eye. And another look at it, Evander just kind of dives. There it is, right there. Puts his head down and comes straight in and hits Mike right in the corner of his right eye.
And he better get started.
Round 2 very bad for Tyson with that bad cut showing his strength. A sense of urgency here by Tyson.
And that's the old Tyson we know.
Tyson bobbing and weaving.
If he can keep that up for the whole round, he can even this thing out as far as...
And the crowd really picking up now.
All right, step back. Come on, come on. Let him go, buddy. Come on.
Listen. The crowd is turning. A swing and a miss with a straight right by Hunter, move by Tyson.
Nice right hand by Mike. He is trying to get that right hand home.
They seemingly are relying. Ooh, a low blow by Holyfield with the left hook and hook to the head of Holyfield. A right hand by Mike Tyson.
Good in the first fight.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out, he's pushed right here, above us. A dirty Mike Tyson.
I can't believe.
Well, first he had a parachute drop on him, now he had a heavyweight.
When did we get that on tape?
Biting Holyfield in the right ear.
Hurts like hell, but he certainly had a big bite. And that's a dangerous bite.
He bit his ear. I can see the bite mark.
He bit his ear, he's out.
2-point deduction, the fight will go on. 2-point.
Major controversy here in round 3.
You know, it's funny, Mike was having his best
He bit him again. He bit him again.
I'll tell you what, this is unbelievable.
At that one, at that bite. Now here's the bite. Keep your eye on Mike. See, Mike has just, see, look at him. You can see it. You can see it. There it is.
I can't. They're going in real slow motion. Mike gets in a headlock. And look at this. He just reaches in and bites him.
It's over. I think they've just about had him. More fighting in the ring after the end of the fight. Tyson's trying to get at Holyfield again, I believe. It is
here, and they're still fighting in there.
It's a fiasco in the ring. People are dragged.
This is the most
Mayweather vs. Ortiz. On September 17, 2011, Floyd Mayweather faced Victor Ortiz for the WBC World Welter title. Floyd dominated in the fight and won easily in the first rounds. But in the fourth round, after Mayweather's great defensive skills, Ortiz broke the rules and was penalized 1 point in round 4 for a headbutt. After that, he tried to apologize and hug Floyd, but immediately following, Floyd punched him with a left hook and a straight right, and Ortiz was down. The fight was over, and it was a knockout. This caused a lot of controversy amongst fans whether this hit was legal.
Четко и точно пробивает справа в голову. Британец уже был не способен продолжать бой. Вот видите, доигрался Ортис. Пытался так ритмично обстреливать передней рукой. Скорость у Флойда Мэйвезера. Но помимо скорости еще... Я напомню ребят, которые выходили драться. Например, как это было с Рикки Хаттом. А с другими в технике, в тактике. Просто в классе. Хватил левую руку Ортиса. Вот видите. Атака мощью ударов. Вот ему вот пацы. О, вот это, конечно, было... Это, конечно, было хамством со стороны Ортиса. Он намеренно ударил соперника головой. Он находился вблизи. Посмотрите. Вот вам Мэйвезер. И самое главное, что по большому счету он прав. Как это не... Как это ни странно.
Bradley vs. Vargas. The big mistake of the referee, Pat Russell, may have cost Jesse Vargas to win the fight against Timothy Bradley Jr. In the 12th round, Vargas caught Bradley with a great punch and tried to finish the fight. And when he was very close to doing so, the referee stopped the fight with just 10 seconds to the end of the round. Vargas thought that he won the fight by KO, but everything turned out differently. Bradley won by unanimous decision.
Vargas is celebrating as though he won by stoppage. Russell is explaining to Carl Moretti of Main Events right now that he has not won by stoppage, that he thought the fight was over.
Well, clearly there was nothing that happened there that would have prompted Pat Russell to stop the fight, although Vargas did hurt Bradley with a right hand and wobbled him, and Bradley was in trouble seeking to finish the fight. And Pat Russell made a motion that prompted Jesse Vargas to believe it was over, when in fact that was not the case.
And that's not even the blunder there, that one fighter believes mistakenly that he won the fight at this moment. The blunder is that Tim Bradley, by no means was certain to finish this fight with 10 seconds to go. Vargas was on top of him, he had him badly hurt, and he should have been given 10 seconds to finish the fight.
But we are told that we will be going to the scorecards, so the scorecards will determine who has won the fight, and not the celebration by Vargas, which went on for quite some time. Vargas loaded up a big right hand and hurt Brad right there.
Tremendous shot from Vargas. I don't know how Tim Bradley stayed up. He was out on his feet. It's unfortunate that Pat Russell made a mistake there. Who knows what would have happened. This is where he came in, and there was a confusion right here.
Russell said, no, 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 fight's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Referee Pat Russell signaled the end of the round, not the end of the fight. As a result, we consult the official scorecard to determine a winner. Judge Luca scores it 116 to 112. Rocky Young 117 to 111. And Judge Bayless scores it 115 to 112. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision, and now, interim WBO welterweight world champion, Desert Storm, Timothy